Previously on Third and Roll.
I mean, I have to say, as a headbutt, it was very cleanly well executed.
He looks like he just slapped him right across the side of his helmet.
Two enormous special teams plays by Montreal.
This crowd here at Exhibition Stadium are aghast.
It is an age of Canadian football domination. In the West, the Edmonton Eskimos are a dynasty without equal. Behind the quarterback tandem of Tom Wilkinson and Warren Moon, the Eskimos won 5 consecutive Grey Cup championships between 1978 and 1982. In the East, 4 teams battle it out through a 6-game season to see who will meet Edmonton in the championship game. The Toronto Argonauts have not hoisted a Grey Cup since 1952. Will this be their year? Let's find out. This is Third and Roll. Welcome to Third and Roll, a Canadian football board game podcast. My name is Spencer. This is my brother Alex.
Hi, everybody.
We are here now. This is episode 3. This is game 2 of the 1980 season. We are in the second quarter. It is the Argos home opener against the Montreal Alouettes. Montreal jumped out to a 13-0 lead. Let's pick it up now and send it off to Edward Welch and Norman Knuckleberger up in the booth with the play-by-play. Guys, take it away.
Montreal kicking to Toronto. We've got Jerry McGrath out there for the kickoff. Argos recovering the ball at their own goal line. They are able to bring it up to the 25. It will be
first down, Toronto.
Yeah, they're really feeling the pressure on this down, and it's tempting to launch it down the field, but they just need to get something going here. It's not time to panic or try for some kind of emergency measures.
So it's 1st and 10, Argos. Jackson under center. They're looking for Greer on the deep slant. Jackson under pressure from Gord Judges. The ball gets tipped and the ball drops incomplete. Wow, lucky one there for the Argos that was not picked off by the Alouettes. Good pressure there from Gord Judges. Rushing the quarterback and getting his hands on the ball.
Looks like Jackson is looking to check it off short, see if maybe they can break a tackle and pick something up. So Jackson to Metcalf. Metcalf picks up 5. Metcalf is able to push the pile a little bit further. That will put them at a 3rd and 2.
Third down.
From the Argos 32-yard line. Willywood he's not even thinking about it. Xenon is coming on to the field. The Argos are going to punt. They are in their own end zone. Special teams has been a bit of a live wire for them in this game so far.
Zenon Andrishshin.
The great German kicker in. Let's see if he can pin the Alouettes deep with the punt. The line judge is quickly doing some math. Would that be down to the 37?
Valid.
Baker is there to return it. He has had a lot of luck so far. He's already got 2 touchdowns in this game. He is waiting for that ball. That ball is really hanging right up there. Oh, he is waving his arms. He looks like he can't see it anymore. The ball comes down. It bounces off of his head. The ball is on the turf, and the Argos have recovered the ball. Wow.
Wow.
A real turnaround here for the special teams of the Toronto Argos. They've given up 2 touchdowns already. Here they are creating a turnover. It's going to be a
first down, Argonauts.
From the Montreal 27-yard line. They really need to take advantage of this opportunity here.
Just listen to that Toronto crowd as special teams have turned it around in one moment. Now Toronto has a chance, a huge chance to take over again on offense. Let's see what they can do.
Jackson is back. Ball's pitched out to the right. Metcalf picks up 8. Good first down production there from the Argos. Metcalf takes the ball down to the 19.
Second down.
And 2. Jackson is going back to Metcalf. Metcalf is moving to the right. Metcalf picks up another 8-yard run. So that's going to be a
first down
for the Argos, and they are down to the 11-yard line. Argos with good momentum here, really running the ball well. So Jackson going right back to Metcalf. Looks as though he's going to do an end run, see if he can make it to the corner. Metcalf, does he have the edge? He does. He's at the 10, the 5, into the end zone with a score. It is good. It is a rushing touchdown for Metcalf. The Argos are on the board with that one. Wow, great pickup there by the Argos, and it is 13-6.
Zenon Andrushishin.
On for the extra point. It is up, and it is good. It is 13-7 Argos at the halfway mark in the second quarter. We will be right back with more Third and Roll podcast right after this.
This is James Franklin, quarterback for the Toronto Argonauts, and you're listening to Third and Roll.
You wanted to go? Oh, you just standing up to stand up.
Yeah, I'm standing up here, Edward, because I just am just so pumped up by what just happened here. I just love that punt return fumble because it makes the punt, it's like an offensive play. It's like, hey, let's kick the ball, and then it'll bounce off the other guy, and we'll pick it up again and keep going. And that's what happened. Metcalf is really I don't know what the word is. Is he the magic man for the Argos? Because, he gave them a couple costly fumbles last game, but he also seems to just bring so many magical plays. And here he does it again, puts it in for the finish. There's a little bit of confusion from the line judge. He thought they were going the other way, but, they sorted that out. And the Argos have struck back.
The Argos have struck back with that.
This is Chad Owens, the Flying Hawaiian and former receiver for the Toronto Argonauts. You're listening to Third and Roll.
Welcome back. With the Argos showing signs of life in this game, let's take a moment to look for signs of life in this franchise. We have our interview man, Todd Gray, with the first of a 3-part series with Duncan Blankensop, a representative of Carling O'Keefe, on their vision for the future of this franchise and Canadian football in Toronto. Todd, take it away. Thank you very much, Edward. Here we are. I have a man sitting in front of me, Duncan Blankensop, the Chief Regional Executive for Sports and Leisure Holdings of Carling O'Keefe. They are the majority holder of the Toronto Argonauts since 1976, after they took it over from William Hodgson, the hotel magnate from Etobicoke. Duncan, thank you very much for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
I want to talk to you first about where we've been, and then where we are, and then where we're going. You are here representing Carling O'Keefe. Can you tell us a little bit about the relationship, the evolving relationship between Carling O'Keefe and the Toronto Argonauts?
Yeah, absolutely. So as you know, Todd, Carling O'Keefe Breweries began its partnership with Mr. Hodgson in 1976, and we have acquired the full ownership of the Toronto Argonauts in 1979. As for our vision for our partnership with this... As for our vision...
Go for it.
As for our vision for the Toronto Argonauts.
Yes.
We envision all the possibilities that sports and the consumption of beer.
Wow.
It's absolutely revolutionary, I know. Our company is at the forefront of beer and sporting event synergies. And when we have laid out our strategies as a company for synergies, beer and sporting events are just absolutely symbiotic.
Wow. Now, you talked a little bit about William Hodgson and how you were brought in as co-partners in 1976 and then took over full ownership in 79. Was that a friendly or an acrimonious handover?
Oh, it was absolutely friendly.
Okay.
I feel that William Hodgson had his own vision for the company, but the Carling O'Keefe vision...
Did you find that he wasn't maybe a big enough fan of beer? Was that really a bit of a sticking point?
We love beer at the Carling O'Keefe Company, and beer and sports they go together like peanut butter and jelly.
Wow.
Mr. Hodgson, yeah, he sees more possibilities. He saw more possibilities for himself with hotels. But the Carling O'Keefe vision of sports and beers together were stronger, and in the end, in 1979, he just felt that it was a better partnership for us to take over full ownership of the Toronto Argonauts.
Now, under Hodgson's tutelage, the attendance at Exhibition Stadium has done quite well, averaging over 40,000 fans a game. And part of that is because of the attraction of young families and young children. Now, you're talking about combining beer with sports. Do you think that the introduction of alcohol into a football game will do something to scare away young people coming into the games? And I don't mean teenagers. We've all been teenagers. I'm talking particularly...
You know what it's like, teenagers and beer.
I'm talking particularly about the little kids.
I don't think it's as scary a scenario as many in Ontario are led to believe. It's been happening at games in the NHL and in other regions within the CFL for some time now. The opportunity to bring drinking, the pastime of drinking, the sheer joy of drinking, enjoying a nice alcoholic beverage with the game.
A beer, of course. I mean, we're not talking about any other types of beverages.
Oh, no spirits, nothing else in the drinks category.
Yes.
Strictly beer, a lager, a nice stout, if you will.
I'm presuming these beers would be Carling beers.
Oh, absolutely. And we've got grand visions for the different types of Carling beers that we could do in partnership with the Argonauts. Imagine an Argo ale, a blue and white ale.
Oh, my.
Made from the sweat of such Argonaut luminaries as Dick Shadow.
Oh, goodness.
We've bottled it, and we've got a lager ready to just tickle the taste buds of Argonauts fans throughout the ages.
Imagine a large glass of beer with a Dick Shadow cast upon it. Wow.
That's what we've pitched to marketing.
Wow. So I'm imagining. So you said blue and white beers, maybe a blue liquid with a white
foamy head.
Oof.
You can. I know that the way you're envisioning it now, you're seeing the possibility, and you're saying, yes, I want that.
I'm thinking St. Patrick's Day, but every Sunday basically, and it's blue.
Every Sunday.
And instead it's blue instead of green.
For all 6 games for the season.
Wow. Okay. Well, it's interesting that you have that vision. Of course, you know the fans listening at home will know that as of today in 1980, you're not able to purchase any alcoholic beverages at Exhibition Stadium.
Changes in the winds.
Wow, Todd, thank you very much for that interview. Really exciting to hear about the future of this franchise. We'll hear more from Todd and Duncan next week. So it is 13-7 Montreal. Argos on the board, getting ready to kick off back to the Alouettes.
It is a 60-yard kick. Montreal taking the ball from their 5-yard line.
We're going to have some issue that the line judge seems to be, counting on his fingers here and trying to keep up with where these things should be going.
That's really surprising because I thought he was just supposed to be running down the side of the field and then standing wherever the ball gets downed and then go from there. But
I think the line judge is meditating on the nature of number and addition and subtraction. Unfortunately, not the best time.
That's really the position where you want somebody to be going through that kind of exercise. Really, what is a number at a certain point in time? It's a little confusing to watch, but it's a joy to watch. It's a joy. So Montreal with the ball. Baker has been dangerous all afternoon here. It's a 25-yard pickup, so it'll be 1st and 10, Montreal from their 30-yard line.
You're listening to Third and Roll. Can I say the same thing but in Tamil? நீங்கள் கேட்டுக்கொண்டிருப்பது Third and Roll.
This is only the third offensive play of the game for the Alouettes, and here we are in the last half of the first half. So Barnes is pitching the ball out to David Green. David Green is stuffed by Bruce Clark. The Penn State product pushes him back for a 6-yard loss. That is exactly what the Argos needed. Keep that momentum going. It is now going to be 2nd and 16 from the Ottawa 24-yard lines. You can see Bruce Clark here. He is waving his towel over his head. He is gesturing at the crowd. It is a large crowd here at Exhibition Stadium. Over 30,000 people. Bruce Clark is really becoming a defensive darling here in Toronto. What a player. It is 2nd and 16 from the 24. Let's take it back to the field. So Joe Barnes is back, and he is looking for Baker down the left-hand sidelines. The ball is up. Preston Young is there in coverage. The ball is complete. That was a 20-yard pickup through the air. Baker, with the ball, is able to pick up 2 additional yards so that he is brought down by Preston Young at the 46-yard line.
First down, Montreal.
From their own 46-yard lines. The Argos looking to shut down this drive, but Montreal coming back from a second and very long and coming back with it.
First down, Montreal.
Barnes hands it off to Green. Green with the ball, and he splits the gap, and that is a 15-yard pickup there.
First down.
Barnes goes right back to Green. Green trying to run up the middle again, and there is Bruce Clark, straight out of Newcastle here in Toronto, and he pushes him back, and so that is a loss of 2. Montreal trying to go to that golden goose of a rushing game too many times.
Second down.
Barnes looking to go to the air here. It is to Baker, and it's complete. That's it's a 10-yard pickup. Let's see if Baker can get those final 2 yards to pick up the first down. And he does. He picks up an additional 5. Montreal marching the ball down the field.
First down, Montreal.
From the 36-yard line. This is Montreal's best offensive drive of the game. They are really moving the ball. Barnes hands the ball off to Green once again. It's a draw play, and it's a pickup of 5. So it's going to be
second down.
And 5 Alouettes from the 31-yard line. They're going back to the running play. Green again, and it is a 10-yard pickup this time. Montreal really marching the ball. The Argos, besides that one stop, have really done very little. It is going to be
first down
from the 21-yard line.
Montreal, it looked like they were almost stopped there, and the crowd was roaring after the turnover, but then these last few plays have just sent a chill once again.
Absolutely. So from the 21-yard line, Barnes is back. He is looking to the end zone. The ball is deep, and it is picked off by Preston Young. Preston Young grabs the ball at the 1-yard line. Preston Young swoops in front of Baker to pick up the interception there. He gets an additional 5 yards, so it's going to be
first down, Toronto.
From their own 6-yard line. Montreal stormed all the way down the field only to get stopped at the 1-yard line. Wow, Norman, what can you say about that?
This crowd was roaring after that fumble, and then they were stunned to silence by this march down the field, but then just again in another blink of an eye, they're back again. Toronto picks up the ball right at the edge of their own goal, ready to start moving it back the other way.
You're listening to Third and Roll.
And we're getting a confident gesture from the line judge that he believes he's now sorted out his basic arithmetic and is familiar with the use of the orange poles and chain.
Good.
He is indicating that he is now aware of how to do it.
That is encouraging to hear. So the Argos with the ball.
This is the 3-minute warning.
The clock will be stopping after every play. So the Argos with the ball, looking to capitalize.
Now this is Canadian football, another beautiful Canadian football moment. We got 3 minutes to go, our 3-minute warning. We got the ball from this wide open Canadian 110-yard football field. We got 104 yards of it in front of the Argo line right now.
Jackson back and looks as though they want to get out of the shadow of their own end zone. They're going to try to do a pitch out to Metcalf with the ball. Metcalf has the corner, and Metcalf picks up 15 yards. So that's a 15-yard pickup.
First down.
For the Argos. It will be 1st and 10 from the 21-yard line.
A gutsy run right from the edge of their own goal to move it out to better territory. Argos with a great play call there and really well executed.
So Jackson hands it off to Metcalf again. Is running to the left. Metcalf. And it's a loss of 2. So Metcalf gets stuffed there by gored judges of the Montreal Alouettes.
2nd down, Toronto.
2nd and 12 now. So Jackson with the pass. He's trying to dump it off to Metcalf, trying to set up the screen. And it is incomplete. Wally Buono swept in there, knocked the ball down. It is going to be
3rd down, Toronto.
From their 19-yard line. And
Zenon Andrisheshin.
They say I kick straight, so I keep kicking the ball.
On for a punt. So Argos hoping to capitalize off of that turnover. They were able to get out of the shadow of their own end zone, but not much more than that. So it's going to be a punt coming up now for the Argos. It is a short and disappointing kick. So the kick goes to the 49-yard line. Montreal has been on fire with their kick return. They were able to move it up forward to the 36.
There's a flag on the play.
And it is a no yards penalty. So that's going to be an additional 15 yards. So Montreal will have an extremely short field here. Only a little bit over a minute left in the first half, but it's going to be
1st down, Montreal.
From the Argos 21-yard line.
Yeah, the Argos are struggling once again. And it's not just the Argos. I mean, no yards penalties, roughing penalties. This is an ugly game.
But we're glad you're listening to it, so thank you very much for being here.
You're listening to 3rd and Roll.
Barnes hands it off to Green. Green with the ball. Green with a pickup of 15 takes it down to the Argos 6-yard line. So that is going to be a 1st and goal.
So the very yard line where they recovered the ball with that beautiful interception, they're now defending on once again.
Barnes hands it off to Green. Green going up the middle. And Green is able to pick up 1 yard there. So Argos able to hold him off here. It's a pickup of 1, so it's going to be 2nd and goal. So Green gets the ball, picks up another 3 yards. He's inching ever closer as we get towards the end of the half. That is going to be, it's a
3rd and Roll.
From the Argos 2-yard line. Let's take it down to the sideline for the Montreal head coach. Is he going to go for it? He's up by 6. He can make it a 2-score game. He's not even going to say what he's been doing. He's
just put it in.
Looks like Barnes is calling his own number. It is a quarterback sneak. And Bruce Clark in there to pop him back. No gain. Wow, 3rd and goal from the 2. Try to punch it in with a sneak. The Argos stuff them. It is a turnover on downs. That's the 2nd turnover on downs for the game so far. The Argos have the ball. There's 5 seconds left in the first half. 13-7 Montreal.
1st down, Toronto.
Jackson hands it off to Metcalf. He's running a sweep to the left. He's able to pick up 5. So he gets it up to the 7-yard line, and with that will be the final play of the half. Argos, they're still hanging around after being down 13-0. Argos with a 7-0 run in the second quarter. It is 13-7 at the half. Norman, thoughts?
Well, what we just witnessed was an incredible goal line stand by the Argonauts defense. 3 straight plays, stuffing from the 6-yard line. 3 shots from the 6-yard line, all shut down. That was an essential series of plays. I mean, that's what you got to do when one part of your team is struggling and the other part has to step up and carry them. And that's what the defense did right there.
A really strong defensive stand there from the Argonauts. We will remind you the Argos will be receiving the ball to start the second half, and we will be back with that right after this.
It was a strange half.
It was a strange half. It was glad I was able to get at least one touchdown.
The tone was really set from the start with those early penalties. We knew it was going to be an ugly game. It's scrappy. It's bad-tempered. There's a little head scratching among the officiating crew. Everything that kind of brings out that extra edge to this game. And it looked like Ottawa had a chance. And it looked like, now that I correctly identify the team involved, and it looked like Montreal had a chance to really pull it away. But the Argos pulled together with a defensive stand at their own goal line to finish off the half and keep this a very live game.
Thank you, Norman.
Next time on Third and Roll.
Argos are smelling that end zone now.
Ron, I'm livid. I am livid.
I feel his pain.
We've certainly lobbied city officials.
Third and Roll is an independent Canadian football board game podcast recorded in Toronto, Ontario in 2019. Today's episode featured the voices of Spencer, Alex, Bryce, and Subi.
This works for me.
Thanks, Subi. Our cover art is illustrated by Bryce Hall. This episode was edited by
Spencer Adams from Toronto.
Our theme music is Magic Mountain by Jazzar. Brett Brannigan's theme is The Spellbreaker by Tritachyon. Both songs used through a Creative Commons Attribution License at freemusicarchive.org. Ron Booman's theme is Bach's Mach für Daak, performed by United States Army Old Guard Fife and Drum Corps. The Pedant's theme is Bach's Variatio una 5 clave, performed by Kimiko Ishizaka. Todd Gray's interview music is Bach's Aria Variata, Variation Number 3, performed by Brendan Kinsella. That's a lot of Bach. All Bach pieces used are in the public domain. If you'd like to help support the show, you can tell a friend or leave us a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts or whatever podcatcher you use. Or you can head on over to patreon.com/thirdandroll and become a patron to get exclusive early access to new game episodes and to become a recurring character on the show. If you want to get in touch, you can find us on Twitter @thirdandroll or send an email to thirdandroll@gmail.com. New episodes every Wednesday. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time on Third and Roll.
I'm not an afterthought, Spencer, but I'll move on.